Carl Delmont from Fremont Mortgage comes in with great advice. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
You have a good weekend?
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, let's talk about scams, because you're going to run into this if you're looking to buy a home.
Yeah, with all these ongoing legislation, low rates, and of course the tax credit about to expire, it's just a great condition for a lot of scams. And what you're seeing now is one of the big scams coming up is you have a lot of foreclosures. They're out there, houses are abandoned. What people are doing now is they're putting ads on Craigslist, and they'll state, hey, we have a house for rent. You know, the house might normally rent for maybe $3,000, say $1,200. Just send me $200, and you know, I'll make sure the door's unlocked the day we agree. And you just go and take a look at it and move in. And people fall for this. I know a guy who lives in a neighborhood in Towson, and he said that he was out taking his trash out, and 5 people over the past 15 minutes kept coming by and saying, "Hey, you know anything about this house?" It was so bad they put a sold sign. The house is actually rented, and the person who's doing this on Craigslist has no ownership of the house. They're just doing it to try to make extra money. So it sounds too good to be true. It's probably not true.
I mean, in a situation like that, do you just stay away from Craigslist, or is there a warning sign, or just sort of?
You don't want to just paint one, Craigslist or anything else with one broad brush. But I think, again, if it sounds too good to be true, if you know a house, costs $600,000, it's not renting for $1,200. So think about that, and then find out. You can always go to public records to find out who the owner is, and if they ask the person's name, and now they might be slick enough to look it up first and tell you, "Oh, I'm that person," but still do a little research.
Okay. What else?
Well, a couple other things. Right now with low rates, you see a lot of companies are advertising artificially low rates. A lot of times these companies either know what they're doing or they're ID thieves, and what they'll do is they'll ask you for your bank statements, your credit card information, your social security number, all this information, and people will give it because, oh, that rate's 0.5% lower than everyone else. Well, it might be 0.5% lower, but it doesn't exist, and your bank account's wiped out, so is your identity. So you have to watch that. Also, upfront fees. Don't pay those upfront fees. We talked about that a lot. And then another scam we're seeing is companies that'll advertise, hey, we'll process your tax credit refund for the first-time buyer. And of course, because it's taxes, you have to give Social Security and everything else. You can do it yourself. So all you need to do is go to www.irs.gov. Everything you need is right there. All the questions regarding tax credit, the form you need to fill out, and really just ask your accountant to do it. Don't pay another person to do it, because once again, it's more than likely some type of scam.
Have you seen scams like that?
We see a lot of crazy stuff, but these are the ones that we see a little bit more of, so I figure that's worth mentioning. The ones we only hear of once or twice, probably just, random, but these are the things that are more popular.
All right, anything else we need to look out for?
Well, actually, on a positive note, we talked a couple weeks ago at the bank that was bringing me around looking at the properties.
Yes.
In a couple of weeks, I'm working on find dates, but if anyone watching wants to come, just come to the place, we'll get you pre-qualified, and then we'll give you a tour of all these homes. And these are homes that the bank took back, fixed up, and says, look, we just want to sell these at or below market. We'll help pay some closing costs.
That's great.
It's a great opportunity.
That's a great opportunity. All right. Well, if you're interested in that, you can always contact Carl Delmont. He's with Fremont Mortgage. Or if you have a question, he'll answer it here live on the air. There's the address, morningshow@WMAR.com. All right. Thanks, Carl.
No problem. Thank you.
Jamie.